Don't wanna tell the same story twice, so I only got one friend at a time.
Underwater. We're gonna get very genius lyrics with
I love
this
it.
one.
Let's do it.
I ironically wrote this song entirely in one night before the pandemic hit in February of 2020. I had been progressively getting really sick physically, really unwell, in immense amounts of pain, to the point that I became physically disabled. I was living in New York City at the time. I lost my job because I had to go to doctors and hospitals all the time. So basically my whole life was just kind of crumbling. This was at the same time that I was releasing my record and my singles and having release shows. Because I wasn't working anyway, but I had to be in the city for shows. In between those shows, I was taking buses home and going to doctors back in New Hampshire, because it got to be to the point that I was not getting any help. Nobody was believing me, or I was doing things that were making it worse because doctors were telling me the wrong things to do. I think just what was going through my head during this time was how fucked up the healthcare system is, and especially for the issues that I was having, how set up for a loss I was to receive help in the healthcare system. It's truly amazing how in debt I am with medical bills, how little help I received from doctors, how little empathy or even just compassion baseline I received from doctors. And actually, while I was in the city for a brief period of time, I was getting a few MRIs, and my friend Andrea took me to one of the MRIs. She was also feeding me at the time because I couldn't even buy groceries. She is from Puerto Rico, and she came up and said, just randomly, "Is drowning in a glass of water a phrase in English?" And I was like, not that I've ever heard, but I will write an entire song based around that lyric.
Drowning in a glass of water. Drowning ain't that bad.
2020, I feel like, just exposed every single thing that is wrong with particularly the country that we live in. And in so many ways, how young people are set up for a loss. That's beyond healthcare, that's education, that's, finances. So there's the metaphor of drowning in a glass of water, drowning in the shallow end, meaning we're so young and already cannot keep up, cannot keep our head above water.
Don't wanna be up the way I am at night, getting the wrong kind of butterflies.
We're not even treading water. We're going down, and I think it's just getting worse and worse as time goes on. And then what's amazing, and by amazing I mean horrifying, is that people are looking down on you figuratively, and yet it's like, no, at some point we're all gonna die, sorry. And
hate to bring it to you.
Climate change is real. When I was living in Brooklyn, my apartment flooded 3 times.
Perfect.
Not once, not twice, 3 times. There's the literal meaning, which is like, no, there's like a very real chance that we will just all be underwater.
All my friends want real jobs and babies, but we'll all be underwater by then.
You don't even go onto the news. My news just comes up on they just tell me.
Hey,
I'm like, I don't even want to know today because I woke up in an okay mood. Just a reminder that you can try, but we're all pretty much done for really soon. This was one of those songs where I wrote it so fast. I got really manic about it and excited. And then it's always when I like play it for somebody in my family or something where I'm like excited to share it because I feel really proud of it. And then as I'm playing it, I'm like realizing what I'm saying. And this one just hit me so hard.
Drowning ain't that bad. It's what I see when I look up that needs saving.
It's like, this is really how I feel, like in my core at the end of the day, just like at this total standstill. The breakdown at the very end, drowning in a glass of water.
Drowning ain't that bad. It's what I see when I look up that needs saving. And I wanna put a ribbon on.
And I want to put a ribbon on that. Meaning like, this is not my fault. And nobody should be reaching their hand out to just help me. This is a big problem. Everybody else is underwater or soon will be as well, you know.
You know, some light existentialism for the EP.
I wanna put a ribbon on that.
It's a total 2020 song.